Good morning, sir. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Professor.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Okay, so let us begin. Good afternoon to all distinguished dignitaries, respected speakers, eminent scholars, and participants joining us from different parts of the world. I am Swarup Wagmare, Assistant Professor at Dr. D.Y. Patil Law College, Pune, India. And it is my honor and privilege to serve as the coordinator and host of the Day 1 of ISSMWA 10th International Conference on Multidisciplinary Research in Global Business Strategies, Entrepreneurship, Innovation, and Sustainable Development. This prestigious international conference is jointly organized by Universitas Bima Sakapenta, Indonesia, Social Studies Teachers Forum, Indonesia, Bliss Education Center, Indonesia, International Society of Teachers, Administrators and Researchers, Bangkok, Thailand, International Social Science and Management Welfare Association, Jabalpur, Madhya Pradesh. On behalf of all the organizing institutions, I extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to our chief guests, keynote speakers, session experts, paper presenters, and global participants. This conference serves as a vibrant platform for intellectual exchange, interdisciplinary dialogue, and collaborative research aimed at strengthening global business strategies, fostering innovation, promoting entrepreneurship, and advancing sustainable development. We are truly grateful to your presence and active participation, which makes this academic gathering meaningful and impactful. Let us embark on this enriching intellectual journey together. Thank you and welcome once again. Now, to begin with, I would just like to confirm, is the secretary of the organizing committee available? Herdiana? Herdiana, ma'am, are you there? Okay, so let us start up with the first speaker, the chief guest of this conference, Professor H.D. Karunaratne sir, former Vice Chancellor and Senior Professor Chair, Department of Business Economics, Faculty of Management and Finance, University of Colombo, Sri Lanka. Advisory Board Member, ISSMWA. Sir, we welcome you and over to you for your guidance. Thank you.
Very good afternoon. Delighted to join this international conference. May I share my PPT?
Yes, sir, yes.
Still, I'm not able to share. Is it allowed to me to share?
Sir, I'll just ask the organizing institutions.
Yeah.
Have you shared your PPT before?
No, extremely sorry.
Okay. Okay, not a problem. Can you share it with British, sir, if you have his number?
Sure.
Please try again, sir.
Yes, British, sir, we are unable to understand. Are you sharing the PPT, British, sir?
Yes. Can I share now?
Yes, sir, please.
You're unable? No?
There's a small problem of sharing.
Allow, sir, please.
Is it allowed?
No, we cannot see.
I will send it through WhatsApp to.
The conference email, or
Yeah.
if you have any number of the organizing people, you can just send it to them.
Extremely sorry for the delay happening.
Not a problem, not a problem. We'll just wait for sir to share the PPT.
I think it is there now.
No, not yet visible, not yet visible.
I have forwarded it to WhatsApp group. Please ask
Okay.
Kumar to check
Rajesh
it.
sir? Yes, Rajesh sir, could you please
Yeah.
check PPT on the WhatsApp group? Rajesh sir?
All right.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Allowing me to do the keynote speak and the presentation on global business strategies, entrepreneurship, innovation and sustainability. That is the name of conference. Of course, my part will be critical analysis on immigrant entrepreneurship. Of course, that is coming to the late. Can we move into the next? Yeah, as we all are aware, scroll down.
No.
Hello. Okay. Global entrepreneurship is very important because now we know South Asia is the most dynamic region, and of course East Asia has been the most dynamic region for a certain time period. So that the large population in East Asia and the South Asia moving globally and doing businesses. Of course, the why we worry about the global entrepreneurship, because businesses go across the national borders, leveraging international networks, resources, international resources, ethnic resources, and market to create value. So therefore, the global enterprise is very important, and it emphasizes the rapid scaling, innovation and resilience, as well as geopolitical tensions, tech decouples, and adopting SDGs. So we all talk about the sustainable development goals in terms of environmental protection, social justice, and business expansion. So we know that domestic startups are limited to only local markets, but global entrepreneurs engage in exporting not only goods, not only services, but also ideas, forming cross-border ventures, building born global firms. This includes the opportunity recognition at global level that, of course, go beyond our normal businesses. Scroll down. As we all are aware that strategies for cross-border expansion always balancing the scale and adaptation and minimize the risk in international level. So entrepreneurs and companies need to have global business strategies. Why? Because to access new growth opportunities beyond saturated domestic markets, particularly countries like Sri Lanka, Indonesia, India. We all are earlier, we were, of course, the landlocked domestic market concentrated, but millions of new businesses coming out. They should not be limited to only local markets. They can go to expand their businesses into other countries. And the second and most important thing, achieve sustainable competitiveness in connected economy. Now we know because of globalization, world is connected. So in a connected economy that we need sustainable competition, not competitiveness alone, but sustainable. Sustainable means, of course, SDG goals are also incorporated. The global business strategies guide companies and entrepreneurs in expanding operation cross borders to boost their revenue, boost their market share, as well as geopolitical things they can minimize. So these approaches balancing the standardization of the businesses. Scroll down. So we know that what are the key characteristics of global businesses? 4 main characteristics of global businesses: borderless mindset, network reliance, innovation focus, and risk orientation. So unlike the local businesses, unlike the small businesses at our market, of course, borderless mindset is essential. We need to create borderless mindset for local entrepreneurs to go abroad and do businesses. So network is more important part for global businesses. Global businesses cannot be done alone or a limited network. So expansion of network is very, very important. Leveraging diaspora ties, accelerators, and alliances for entry as Sri Lankan ventures in Japan or other places. Because my field of study is coming, the Sri Lankan ventures in Japan. Innovation, of course, is essential. Without moving from red ocean strategy to blue ocean strategy, you cannot be international entrepreneur. So we need to think about new things, innovations. When they do innovations only, of course, they can go into different large markets. That integrates particularly today, AI, sustainability, and agility to navigate fragmentation is essential. And risk orientation, that we know locally and globally, there are risks for businesses, but international risk you have to bear with various type of different environment, different legal systems, different relationships, different resources have to use in global context. So therefore, I hope that these 4 characteristics, we all know that call as the key characteristics of global businesses. Scroll down. Global expansion methods. The businesses are going globally in different methods. Of course, as we know, from the beginning, they go as exporting and licensing for low-risk testing. And then we can see joint ventures, partnerships for local expertise. Of course, the FDI firms are also considered as the global businesses, was opening subsidiaries and the acquisition of international businesses, international firms. And of course, apart from these gradual methods, there is one, of course, we know the born global firms, where originally the inception of the firm at the global level. Then, of course, another important aspect for global business is the SME internationalization, how each country, SMEs trying to achieve other countries. And finally, of course, most popular method in recent is the immigrant micro enterprises in terms of ethnic businesses, social entrepreneurship, and community supporters. So, of course, my research area, very recent past, lies with the immigrant enterprises, the individuals going abroad and starting businesses. And of course, it is essential to understand that the overseas Chinese, overseas Indians, overseas Indonesians or Sri Lankans, they engage a different type of businesses, which of course always benefited to the host country and the home country. So therefore, with the wide picture, I will limit to that to immigrant entrepreneurs, where the people migrate and do business in other countries in terms of innovation and in terms of we know, of course, SDGs. Scroll down. Scroll down. immigrant entrepreneurship is how important. We know even in USA, percentage of US population, 87%, immigrant, only 13%. But you can see US born, 87, 13% immigrant. But in terms of businesses, starting up new businesses, can you go up first? Can you go up? Yeah, in terms of businesses, always the business percentage is higher than the percentage of the population. So if you go even state-wise in USA, that you can see immigrant represent about 23 to 24% of all entrepreneurs in USA. So the USA is the world largest economy. That's why I took the USA as the example. But all advanced countries, you can see presence of immigrant entrepreneurs are very important today, the same as in developing countries like Sri Lanka, Indonesia, India. There are many small entrepreneurs, individuals. They are dreaming to go to these advanced countries, start businesses. So therefore, these immigrant businesses are very important to study. That's why I started studying earlier. Can you go down? Scroll down. Yes. So nearly half of Fortune 500 companies in 2025 were founded by the immigrants their children's, generating trillions in revenue and millions of jobs. So we know the best 500 companies in the world. So that is, of course, the substantial proportion now coming with the immigrant people. So top examples include high-tech giants and retail traders, manufacturers. There are various other type of in the world largest market. Similarly, in other countries, maybe the second largest economy or the third largest economy in future, of course, the immigrant businesses becoming more important because we are living in borderless world. So day by day, immigrant entrepreneurship becoming more important. Can we go down? Scroll down. Yes, these are some examples. You can see the Apple started from the person migrated Syria. The other businesses also, you can see Russia, Cuba, South Africa, Canada. So these businesses in USA has generated large number of employees, both for host country and the migrants. Revenue generated for them, of course, sometimes larger than the small developing countries' revenue. So therefore, this shows us the importance of immigrant entrepreneurship. Let's scroll down. So why immigrant entrepreneurs are important? That creates the economic opportunities for host country people, mobilize the ethnic resources and provide access to markets, increase migration, of course, businesses and social networks, expand the economic opportunities for home country, and of course, contribute for innovation and technological development, contribute for economic growth and sustainability. Can you go down? Scroll down. So, of course, scroll down. Yeah, there are many theoretical background. I'm not going to explain. So you can go through these theories which explain the importance of global strategies of the immigrant entrepreneurs and their innovations, their, of course, SDG relationships. We can see in theoretical point of view as well. Of course, we know the human capital theory, for example, that of course those who have higher education facilities, those who got higher education in developing countries migrate to developed countries, and their skills they use at maximum level in those countries when they are starting a business as well. So you can, I hope, go through each theory and theoretical point of view. Scroll down. Yeah, so my studies on global strategies generated from the research conducted in on the Sri Lankan immigrant businesses in Japan. I have conducted the snowball method sample survey, adopting the snowball method in 2006. I interviewed 100 Sri Lankan entrepreneurs in Japan. 2016, I interviewed 315 Sri Lankan businesses in Japan. Third sample, I will take at the University of Tokyo from April for 500 sample Sri Lankan ethnic businesses gone into Japan and starting and doing their businesses. So publish several books and articles. You can refer by my name these things. Can you go down? So the policy implications for these studies, several studies, one for the home country, the Sri Lanka should ensure the predictable trade policy, because the developing countries' trade policies are changing very quickly. So therefore, the host country action is very difficult. The entrepreneur in host country has problems when the home country trade policies changing quickly. So it needs to study about, particularly developing countries, the policy sustainability is essential. And engage diaspora entrepreneur formally. Support domestic supplier quality upgrading is essential by the institutional side of the home country. Going into the Japan side, where the host country side, Japan should expand SME finance access, because there are so many Japanese SMEs, small businesses. They want to go abroad. They want to link with foreign businesses, but there are many resistance. I hope that the things like language training, institutional support, migrant entrepreneurs, and enhanced economic integration with the SMEs in Japan will bring more better future for the world and host countries and home countries. So adopting these innovations, new methods for financing, new methods of training language, and setting up new institutions are essential to support to growing grassroots level of global businesses, because the global business strategies traditionally focused on multinational corporations, foreign direct investment, and large firms activities. Today, the global businesses have become peopleizing. The people are doing business individually, internationally, and globally. So this is what my message. I hope that this conference will bring many ideas together. This is a very vast concept in this conference. So my conclusion in the presentation, the Sri Lankan ethnic entrepreneurs in Japan represent a resilient, network-driven model and transitional entrepreneurship with significant implication for development and trade policy. So, of course, we know this conference is on global business strategies, entrepreneurship, and innovation, as well as SDGs. So these four topics are very important topics. I hope that we need to have very good network while conducting this kind of international conferences. I look forward to get your comments or support and build a network with the team. So thank you very much for allowing me to do this presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for this really insightful presentation, critical analysis on immigrant entrepreneurship. I think this was a very important topic where we could understand how networking is important when we want to build entrepreneurship, and how there are various challenges in terms of global entrepreneurship. And it was very interesting to know the snowball technique and the methodology that you have used in your own research. So thank you so much, sir. Any comments from any participants? Okay, I think there's no comment. So thank you. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for connecting with us and guiding us. Now I see that our secretary of the conference is present here. Ma'am is available. So I request Hardiana Devi Nurfika, CEO and founder of Bliss Education Center, Indonesia, Advisory Board Member, ISSMWA, to present her secretarial address. Ma'am, over to you. Welcome, ma'am.
Okay, am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. Good afternoon, selamat siang, everyone. First of all, thank you so much for joining in this conference. And today I will not have a presentation because my internet connection currently is not stable. So welcome to the distinguished guests, respected keynote speaker, fellow organizer, and innovators, entrepreneurs, and also all of the participants in this conference. So my name is Herdiana Devika, and it's truly a pleasure to be here with all of you in this beautiful Saturday. And I'm joining not only as a part of the organizer, but for someone who truly deeply believe in the power of collaboration to shape our better future. So thank you so much, Dr. Karuna, for your amazing presentation before. And I think we can come to the awareness that we are living in a time where global challenges are no longer distant headlines. So they are personal, they are local, they are urgent, from like economic instability, technological disruption, climate change, even educational inequality, to the widening gap between innovation and accessibility. So I think these are not issues faced by one issue that connect, for example, my country, Indonesia, to Africa, Europe to Asia, even developed nation to emerging economics. So, for example, in my country, we stand right in the middle of this global transformation as one of the fastest growing economies. And I think Indonesia also possesses enormous potential, like demographic bonus, rapidly expanding digital economy, and of course, a vibrant entrepreneurial ecosystem. But alongside these opportunities, we also face familiar challenges like skill mismatch between education and industry, unequal access to quality education, sustainability versus rapid industrial growth, and youth unemployment. This type plus these are not merely Indonesian problems. I think these are global patterns of or we must ask ourselves in today's society is, are we preparing our people for the job of the future, or are we educating them for the jobs of the past? Because innovation doesn't begin in laboratories. Innovation begins in the mindset, and entrepreneurship doesn't start with capital. It starts with courage. So sustainability development doesn't happen through policy done. It happens through collaboration between education, industry, government, and society. That's why I'm truly grateful that we all are here connected in today's session. And I think to bridge the gap between knowledge and real world application in many developing nations, traditional and compliance over creativity, and yet the global business landscape today demands agility, critical thinking, digital literacy, and entrepreneurial resilience. So we must move from producing job seekers to nurturing job creators, like from academic achievement to practical competence, and from like competition to collaboration. So ladies and gentlemen, distinguished fellow speakers and also guests, I think our future global business strategies will not be determined solely by technological advancement, but by how inclusive and sustainable our innovations are. Because innovation that exploits communities is not progress, and entrepreneurship that exploit the environment is not growth. So development that ignores social impact is not sustainable. And like Indonesian journey powerhouse, for example, must be guided by a balance between profit and purpose, growth and responsibility, technology and humanity. So I think the real solution exists at the intersections of disciplines, like whereas business meets education, technology meets ethics, entrepreneurs. And we are the greatest breakthrough will come not from isolated expertise, but from integrated perspective. So I hope this conference represents exactly that spirit. And over the next session, I believe that we will hear from resources developing sustainable business model, entrepreneurs leveraging digital transformation for social impact, and policymakers designing inclusive growth and frameworks. And I hope the knowledge shared here must not remain within the conference hall, that it must translate into action. So I truly believe that this conference will be beneficial for all sides. And yeah, as closing, I think this conference become our catalyst for partnership, because the future we envision a future where sustainable development, inclusive innovation, and globally competitive entrepreneurship cannot be built alone. So together, across nation, across discipline, across generation, I think we can come together. And thank you so much for your commitment to shaping a better world together in this global connection. Thank you so much. I'm giving back to you, moderator.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for this really inspirational secretarial address, where I thought that your speech was so much grounded, associating the local challenges to the global ones, and how these local challenges ultimately result into the global challenges for the business. So I think this was a really overview that you have given in understanding the ground realities and connecting it to the global. So thank you so much, ma'am, for your secretarial speech. Thank you. Now we move on to our next keynote speaker, Professor Vikram Singh Sir, former head, Department of Economics and Dean, Social Science, Magad University, Bodh Gaya, Bihar, India, Advisory Board Member, ISSMWA. Sir, we welcome you and over to you for your guidance.
Thank you. Thank you. Am I audible? I am audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, you are audible.
Yes. First, I would like to begin by thanking the organizers for the privilege of delivering online lecture on global business strategy, entrepreneurship, innovation, and sustainable development. The challenging of leadership today is not just about growing company. It is about growing future. As we look at the landscape of global business, we are standing at the intersection of four massive forces. What? The global strategy, entrepreneurship, innovation, and sustainable development. They are not separate to each other. They are the four wheels of the same vehicle. If one is out of alignment, the whole journey will fail. Today, I want to talk about how we align these forces to build a business that is don't just survive the 21st century, but define it. Let us break this down with real data and practical examples what we winning look today. First, the global business. What it means, the global business? It means the global mindset. In the past, global strategy was about expansion of market. Expansion of market, taking what worked in your home country and forcing into the another. Today, that model is dead. It is not a new model. The model is the most successful global strategy now, rely upon the hyper-localization. Global business in the past, the most successful global strategy now rely on the hyper-localization. According to research made by McSay and companies that successfully expand in earnestly generate, that is 1.9% higher annual total shareholder return that those that stay purely local, but that growth only happens if not we adopt the strategy like the cultural intelligence over capital. The cultural intelligence over capital and the supply chain management. The two things, the two strategies to be adopted for the global business. The first is the intelligence over capital. It is no longer enough to have the most money, you must have the most empathy. A strategy that ignores local traditions or consumers' habit will fail. Practical example, look at Next Fix company. The success in India, a massive, highly competitive and price-sensitive market. They could not just copy past the US strategy. They had to create hyper-localized original Indian content and introduce a low-cost mobile, only the subscription tier, or consider Starbucks in China, which completely localized its menu to include culturally relevant items like mooncakes during the new year to build deep local loyalty. This is first thing. That is, there must be the intelligence acted over the capital. The second is supply chain management. There should be a supply chain management for global business. We have learned that efficiency is a brittle. A modern global strategy prioritizes resiliences. This means the diversifying where we source and how we distribute, ensuring that a crisis is one part of the world doesn't collapse the entire operation. Therefore, there must be a good supply chain management for the global business strategy. The global business strategy will not survive if there is no good entrepreneurship. When we talk about the entrepreneurship, we often think of teenager in a garage. But the entrepreneurship, we would move now, it about entrepreneurship is spirit within large establishment, organizations often called entrepreneurship. This will depend two things: overcoming the fear of failure. There must not be the fear of failure, number one. The second, solving the problem on large scale. The two things should be taken into consideration, then the entrepreneurship for flourish. Now come to the overcoming the fear of failure. What it means? The recent 2024-25 Global Entrepreneurship Monitor report revealed a starting strategic 49% of adults globally state they will not start a business due to the fear of failure, up from 44% in 2019. The corporate world, this fear is every more dangerous. Entrepreneurship about the courage to disturb your own successful business model before the competitors does. It must create culture where failing past and learning reward, not punishment. Problem of solving a scale means the real entrepreneurship is just about the choosing profit. Chasing profit, it is about defining a friction point in the society. What the practical example I am giving about that? Think about mobile banking in emerging market like M-Pesa in Kenya. In Kenya, the mobile banking market was introduced by M-Pesa portal. It was not started by a traditional bank, but by telecom operator acting. Entrepreneurially, to solve a massive problem, millions of unbanked people needing a safe way to transfer money. Today, it drives massive opinion of the nation's GDP. The third is the innovation. There should be adopt innovation in this regard. What type of innovation? Innovation is the engine of growth. Innovation means the engine of growth. Innovation does not mean the invention. It doesn't mean the invention. Many leaders hesitate to invest in innovation because the return on investment, that is ROI, can feel well. However, the recent Forrester consulting study highlighted that the business leveraging all-powered market insights to drive product innovation achieved a staggering 411% over 3 years. The exploit balance is the second strategy for innovation. The successful companies divide their innovation into 2 buckets. They exploit their current successful products to fund the present, but they explore new risky ideas to fund the future. I'm giving an example in this regard that Spotify don't just invest in music streaming and stop there. They looked at a data and realized the future was broader audio. They applied as explore study to invest heavily in podcasts, creating hyper-localized content in Spanish and Portuguese to massive Latin America markets, transforming from a music app into the world-leading global audio platform. Now come to the sustainable development, the final bottom line. The final bottom line. For decades, sustainability was treated as corporate social responsibility, a side project, or for decades, sustainability was treated marketing tactic. The era is over. Today, sustainability is the business strategy. The business strategy for sustainability requires 2 things: the circular economy and the triple bottom line. The circular economy means the World Economic Forum defines a circular economy as a system that is a restorative by design. We are moving away from the dangerous take, make, waste linear model. Innovation now focuses on how we can decouple economic growth from the people and planet. A company that is profitable but destroys the environment or exploits the community, it is a definition a failing business model in the long term. Therefore, I'm not talking about beating about the bush, but I am concluding here. To our international audience, my message is this: the world is no longer looking for business, it is looking for architects of the future. If you can marry the discipline of a localized global strategy with the courage of entrepreneurship, the country, the curiosity of data-driven innovation, and the conscience of the circular economy, you won't just put successful company, you will build a legacy. The transaction would not be easy. It requires us to unlearn old habits and embrace uncertainty. But the rewards of clear planet, a more inclusive economy, and highly resilient, profitable business are worth every single effort. Thank you for your time and patient hearing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for this really interesting and insightful session. Thank you for the information that you have given in terms of statistics, etc., where you spoke of hyper-localization, you spoke of cultural intelligence over capital, and also the supply chain, how it is important if we are really wanting to spread the business in the global scenario. So thank you so much, sir, for this really insightful and informative session. Now we move on to the next speaker. Our next speaker is Dr. Luis Cardoso. So are you there? Yes. So Dr. Luis Cardoso, Polytechnic Institute of Porto Alegre at Center for Comparative Studies of the University of Lisbon, Portugal, Advisory Board Member, ISSMWA. Over to you, sir. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your kind words. And first of all, I would like to thank the organizing committee for the kind invitation to be here. It's indeed a huge pleasure and a huge honor to be here among esteemed colleagues, esteemed friends. So first of all, warm regards from Portugal to all the participants. And I truly believe that conferences like this one are very important in order for us to get together and try to define common paths regarding our future. So we are living challenging times. This 21st century is giving us an opportunity to work together. It's giving us also an opportunity to think about what we should do regarding the 2030 common objectives that we have, namely when we think about the SDGs and the SDG 4, that is education, quality education, inclusive education, education for all. So this is why conferences are truly important in order to get together, share best practices, and try to define these common paths. So allow me to share my presentation. I hope it can be possible. I hope it's visible.
Yes, it is visible. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, esteemed colleagues, esteemed participants, as I was saying, we are living challenging times. And perhaps the most important element that we should address regarding these challenging times is the impact of new technology and the way that new technologies are changing our private lives, are changing our professional lives, are changing the way we are conducting research, the way we are thinking about our society, the way our society is looking ahead into this new future, a new future that is indeed a new horizon regarding opportunities, regarding risks, namely when we think about what is going to happen when we will have fully AI-driven higher education institutions. Because for now, we are not discussing what is going to happen. We are already discussing what is happening right now as we speak. So this presentation is about some of the most important elements that we should analyze when you think about higher education and the connection with the labor market. Because universities are not islands. So universities must connect with our communities, must connect with the needs of our countries, must connect with international needs, must connect with our present, with our future, with sustainable development goals, and of course must connect with an attitude that has to be proactive and the need for co-creation of solutions. This means that we have to create networks to establish new policies and new methodologies regarding this new society that we are now creating and indeed living. So allow me to share a question to motivate your thoughts. So did you know that by 2030, at least 80% of jobs will need AI and big data skills? So this means that by 2030, and this is our common goal, the common goal for the SDGs, namely quality education. So by 2030, we will have a huge need of professionals who truly master artificial intelligence, who truly master big data skills, digital literacy. So we have to connect knowledge, literacies, AI literacy, digital skills, and a true profound bond with the labor market that is evolving, that is changing, and we have to adapt. So our graduates must be highly flexible. Our graduates must be able to create new opportunities for development, but also they have to understand that they are the most important elements in this equation of progress. They are the focus for our common development. So this means that we have to address what is going to happen by 2030. So how can we predict the future? Of course, we cannot predict the future, but we can analyze trends. We can analyze what's happening with industry. We can analyze what's happening with our society. We can analyze what's happening with artificial intelligence as we speak. We can analyze how the world of work is changing. We can analyze how our universities are changing, how teaching is changing, how learning is changing, how our students are adapting, how our students are using artificial intelligence, and how they have to master, for instance, Gen AI. Because we have to think that artificial intelligence is not here to solve our problems, it's here to help us solve our problems. So AI is not here to substitute us, it's here to help us to create a better future for all. Because we have indeed a lot of different key ideas that we should analyze. So the impact of AI nowadays is huge. Namely, when we think that perhaps AI impact is expected to be most disruptive in the next 10 to 30 years, with a possible 50% of jobs being automated by 2045. This means that the labor market is changing. This means that the workforce is changing. This means that our universities must prepare our students even for jobs that do not exist now. So we have to analyze what is going to happen. So we have to be proactive and we have to co-create. Then another very important key idea, esteemed colleagues, we have to try to understand what the new professions, what the future professions will be connected with our universities, and how our graduates will become the next generation of AI-driven professionals. So we need more cybersecurity professionals. So this is a key asset for our common development. And indeed, we are facing more and more digital threats. So we have a huge growth regarding digital threats. This is why we need more cybersecurity professionals. So our higher education institutions should focus on cybersecurity. And a lot of analysts are now defining the path regarding 2032 that will lead universities to engage these digital threats to cybersecurity and a lot of new professions. So we need more AI trainers. We need more ethicists. We need professionals who know how to work with AI, but also to master ethics about the use of AI. So we need experts. We need experts for emerging roles created by AI adoption. And we cannot ignore that the workforce needs upskilling and reskilling by 2030. So esteemed colleagues, at least 59% of workers will require upskilling and reskilling. So we have to work with industry. We have to work with the labor market, with the workforce. We have to work with employers. So universities must connect even deeper, even creating new bonds regarding research, regarding the needs of the labor market. So employers expect from us a new portrait regarding our graduates. And this new portrait is all about creative thinking, is all about resilience, is all about flexibility, is all about agility, to rise sharply, and I would like to highlight this, to rise sharply in importance by 2030. So esteemed colleagues, we have here a lot of challenges and some considerations to be analyzed further. So on one hand, we are debating AI tools. And again, AI is indeed a powerful tool. AI is changing our landscape regarding our common approach in industry, in tourism, in journalism, in social work, and in teaching and learning, in so many areas. It's changing everything we know about the world of work. So AI is redefining our priorities, and our universities must be flexible and must be able to adapt and give our students the tools to understand AI. Because AI tools are very efficient. So this is a gain, of course, regarding the labor market. But on the other hand, we are also addressing the need to be effective. So to be effective and to be efficient. So these are two elements that are truly connected when we are creating this bridge between universities, higher education institutions, and the labor market. Second, ethical concerns. Of course, we are worried about these ethical concerns of using AI. In Europe, a lot of ethical frameworks are now being created. We have new laws, we have new approaches from the European Commission, from the European Parliament regarding these ethical concerns. We have a new AI Act, and all our universities are adopting codes of ethics regarding the use of AI. So this means that AI is very powerful, but we need to connect the use of AI with an ethical approach. This is very important. And then we need more teacher training. Why? Because teachers must be able to give their students the possibility to be powerful professionals, to be digital citizens, to be our citizens of our future, our common future, esteemed colleagues. So teacher training is the basis. Teacher training connects teachers with new models, with new methodologies, with ICT technologies, with AI-driven solutions, with digital skills. So we need more teacher training programs because we are now more and more dependent on technology. As we all know, technology is now in our daily lives, is now in our professional activities. So technology cannot be ignored. Artificial intelligence cannot be ignored. So we have to embrace these challenges and we have to create opportunities for our students. But of course, we have to analyze as well cost and accessibility. AI can help us create more opportunities for our students to go ahead regarding accessibility for higher education. And this is very, very, very important. But on the other hand, we need powerful laboratories to use AI, to test AI, and to connect AI with virtual reality, to connect AI with extended reality. So we need new solutions, but this means that we need new budgets. So we need new education policies. So this is a common goal for all countries that, of course, have to be united. And we still have a lot of resistance to change. And we have resistance to change when we have doubts, when we are not fully aware of the risks. This is why, again, we need more teacher training to eliminate the doubts, to give information, to share models, to share best practices, to share new methodologies. And with this, we will reduce the resistance to change. So, esteemed colleagues, indeed, these times are all about digital learning. So digital learning couples technology and digital tools with pedagogy to enhance learning and capacity building of individuals in various contexts. This is why digital learning is so powerful. This is why our students will become great professionals with the help of digital learning strategies. But of course, we have to give them the ideals, the principles, and first of all, we have to establish an AI-driven solution for education, but must be human-centered. Human-centered. So human-centered AI approach is the key regarding our future. Our students agree that digital learning technology can improve their education. A recent study from McGraw-Hill Education highlights that 84% of our students truly believe that AI can improve their education. 81% truly connect saving time with the use of artificial intelligence. And more than 81% connect artificial intelligence and digital learning technology with boosting grades. So this means that the path is to connect technology with education. So to finish this presentation, I would like to highlight some advantages from a recent study from McGraw-Hill Education. So half of college students feel that adaptive learning technology and online quizzes have had a major effect on their grades. 2/3 of students report that adaptive learning technology and online quizzes are very or extremely helpful in learning retention. And most college students agree or strongly agree that digital learning technology should adapt to their unique way of learning and be individualized, at least 80%. So, esteemed colleagues, this means that we are living indeed challenging times. Education must embrace the labor market with a human-centered approach regarding artificial intelligence. So we have to connect knowledge with an ethical approach, but indeed we need a human-centered approach regarding artificial intelligence. And this is the key for our common future. This is the key for the SDG number 4, quality education, education for all, inclusive education. So, esteemed colleagues, esteemed participants, it was indeed a huge pleasure to be here with you today. And I hope we can meet soon and share more valuable ideas regarding the future of education, because education is the basis for all our societies and is the basis for our common future. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for this very informative, insightful session, where I felt your statistics, the study that you've shown from McGraw-Hill Education is really interesting. And I think at this point of time, when we talk of SDG 4 and the quality education, we all cannot deny use of technology, digital literacy in today's world and in today's education system. So I think it is a very important aspect where teachers have to train themselves to help their students to have a human-centric approach towards AI. So it was really very interesting presentation and very alarming ones, where all of us have to understand that we cannot do without the digital literacy. So we'll have to align knowledge with digital literacy. So thank you so much, sir, for your really insightful and interesting session.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, sir. Now we move on to the next speaker, the presidential address by Dr. Manuela Dan, Vice Chancellor, Vision of Excellence, International University, President, FIDES and CIBIX, Denmark, Advisory Board Member, ISSMWA. Over to you, ma'am, and welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for everybody. It's a true honor to be part of this international gathering where idea cross the border and knowledge becomes a bridge between cultures. I hope this conference inspire us and not only a discussion, but maybe a transformation for the futures. Thank you for all the colleagues, because architect one, she did it thinking about architecture of the futures. It's amazing what she did, our colleagues, and it's great things. Same that our colleagues about integrate the digital things. Yes, we're living today in the extraordinary times. It's true. The world is changing faster and then ever before. Technology evolves daily. It's amazing. But and same markets transform us. Society redefines their priority. And yet one questions remain constant, I think. What kind of the futures are we building? Because sometimes we think at all and then, but who work for us? So, sometimes it's necessarily make education. It's true. It's very important what you did, our colleagues first. But only global business strategy are no longer only about growth. It's necessarily they about responsibility. I think all times I use all times this word responsibility. Well, of us, it's necessarily implemented. It's our responsibility for the futures, for the others, for the children, one mothers. It's for the society, everybody. Entrepreneurship, it's not longer only about opportunity. It's about courage, because today it's a society. It's in church. Today you are here, today you are not where you know. Sometimes it's only courage, and the young people and the future's generation is necessarily not things only it's necessarily do only when you have money, when you have something. It's necessarily the implementing the courage, innovation, and it's no longer only about speed. So about it's important our vision. I think all times talking about sustainability development. Me too. I'm all times one activist about JJG. JJG. It is a global connection. It is global connection, goal connection. It's one group enorm, and now starting learning about different cultures. In the Tunis, make this grow up. Now in the age of artificial intelligence and digital transformation, our greatest asset, it's not technology itself, but the windows of the which we choose to use it. Ethical leadership, multidisciplinary research, education, and the pillars that will determine whatever progress become harmony or imbalance. I think it's necessarily all time some empathy. Let's ask, thinking only at researchers or professional, let's think as architect of exact what I read my colleagues together, architect of tomorrow. I like very much this word. And because in the future, does not simple happen. Design, it's our decision, it's our collaboration, it's our values. An educator and civic leader, because me, I'm more a civic leader. I try and strongly believe in the real transformation, begin to the responsibility through the action, because it's necessarily little action. And same in the leadership. When knowledge it's guided us, but ethic and compassion, develop becomes sustainability and peace, become possible everything. May this conference, it's very, very nice. I think it's opportunity for everybody talking together and complete each other. Thank you for this opportunity. I hope a little inspiration for all. It's not everything, okay, but it's all times together. It's good. I think this is best. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your inspirational words, explaining us sustainability as not only the word, but responsibility of each and every individual who is part of the global world. And also talking of business, not just looking at it as opportunity, but as a courage. So thank you so much, ma'am, for this really inspirational keywords that you have given us. And I think it is everyone's responsibility to understand their role in the larger global world. So thank you so much, ma'am. Now, before we move on to the vote of thanks for this inaugural session, I would like to inform all the paper presenters. The next session after vote of thanks will immediately start for paper presentation. Please look into the schedule of paper presentation and be ready with your presentations. सभी को यहाँ पे सूचित किया जाता है कि अभी तुरंत वोट ऑफ थैंक्स के बाद आपका पेपर प्रेजेंटेशन सेशन शुरू होने वाला है। तो सब लोग जो भी पेपर प्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं आज के दिन में देख लीजिए अपने के साथ या प्रेजेंटेशन जो भी आपने रेडी किया है तो उसके साथ रेडी रहिए। So now coming to the end of the inaugural session, I first of all thank ISSMWA, where I say that thank you for this opportunity given to me to host this particular session. And I thank Brijesh Kumar sir specifically for giving me this opportunity. Now I thank on behalf of all the organizing institutions, Universitas, Bima, Sakapenta, Indonesia, Social Studies, Teachers Forum, Indonesia, Bliss Education Center, Indonesia, International Society of Teachers, Administrators and Researchers, Bangkok, Thailand, International Social Science and Management Welfare Association, Jabalpur, Madhya Pradesh, for all the participants, guest speakers, dignitaries who joined us today in this inaugural session. Particularly, I would like to thank our speakers who have really taken a lot of efforts in sharing their piece of knowledge, in making this particular session intellectually brainstorming and giving us a kickstart for the next 2 days of this international conference. So I wish all the best to all the participants who are going to present their papers. And I thank once again to all the organizing institutions, participants, dignitaries, guest speakers. Thank you so much. Bridget sir, over to you for the presentation session. Bridget sir, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Bridget sir. Okay, I think we'll start with the presentation session till Bridget sir joins in. I would just ask you all to look into the paper presentation list, which has been forwarded in the WhatsApp group. So I'll just call out the numbers and you'll just be ready chronologically. So the first serial number is Professor Mary Sunanda ma'am. Ma'am, are you there? Next one is Dr. Muhammad Intikabur Rahman. Sir, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Presentation serial number third is Mr. Kiran Prem Kumar Malge. Dr. Sushma, are you there? Okay, at least we'll start with the first presentation. So Professor Mary Sunanda ma'am. So ma'am will be presenting on building cooperatives to address recurring issues in achieving sustainability, equity, self-employment and education, few case studies. Ma'am, over to you for your presentation.
Thank you. Thank you. Good afternoon. Namaskar. Adab. Nice to see you, Sarup ma'am, and other participants. Thank you, Bridget sir, and esteemed guest speakers, really for giving us a lot of inputs to, proceed in our endeavors in education. I am Professor G. Mary Sunanda, working as a HOD and Professor, Department of Education, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University, Hyderabad, Telangana. I am presenting a paper in 10th International Conference on Multidisciplinary Research in Global Business Strategies, Entrepreneurship, Innovation and Sustainable Development. My topic is building cooperatives to address recurring issues in achieving sustainability, equity, self-employment and education. Few case studies. See, like abstract, cooperatives build a better world. Why I chose this, in the year 2025, UN has given 2025 year as declared it as the International Year of Cooperatives. Individuals to organizations, organizations to cooperatives, cooperatives to the what you call other bigger communities, and then we have more bigger communities, and then a global community. Okay. It is to build a better world for everyone to live, to learn, survive, show and share on the planet we live. A cooperative framework was already in vogue in some parts of the world. Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav in India, 10 crore women linked to cooperatives. SHG's, the first International Year of the Cooperatives, was declared in the year 2012. The 4 objectives were like raise public awareness, promote growth and development, advocate for supportive frameworks. My paper was was based on the secondary data, the independent variables. In any cooperative, who do we find? We find members. Members joining together for mutual benefit. Okay, then members means what they have. They have perceptions, they have personality, they have attitudes, they have motivation and ability. These independent variables are linked to dependent variables. In a cooperative like Vijaya Dairy in Telangana, Amul, the taste of India. What is happening? What do they show all the time? From time to time, the productivity, turnout. हम इतना मिल्क बेच रहे हैं ना, the taste of India, productivity, turnover, satisfaction, organizational citizenship. So the cause and effect relationship was mentioned. It was felt that equity could be achieved by implementing cooperatives in the areas where development programs are required. The repetition of the responsibility forming cooperatives is an essential solution to overcome as many recurring challenges in all areas of lives of people. This is a paper presented here in this conference. The objectives are why cooperatives matter today. Why cooperatives matter today? Amul was started so many years back, even Vijaya Dairy in Telangana, Mulkanur and Karimnagar Dairy. So they all started long back, but why it matter today? How to promote sustainability with the help of cooperatives. Cooperative is nothing but member-owned, member-controlled enterprise that operates for mutual benefit. It is about democratic governments. Each member has each vote, shared ownership and responsibility, profit distribution, community-oriented mission. Okay, they have voluntary open membership, democratic control, economic participation, autonomy and independence, education and training, cooperation among cooperatives, concern for community. The why cooperatives matters means like reduce income inequality, promote sustainability, production, create local employment, empower marginalized groups, strengthen local economies. Nowadays, we find so many challenges. When population is increasing, challenges are also increasing. Like what sustainability challenge is there? Climate change, resource depletion, waste and pollution, unsustainable consumption patterns, etc. Then how cooperatives promote sustainability, community-based decision making, then long-term planning over short-term profit, local sourcing, production, ethical supply. Then the first case study I taken was Amul. It really supports, if you look at the Amul's this thing, it really supports rural livelihoods, rural income stability, reduces exploitation by middlemen, improved food security. And in Mondragon Corporation is, I have taken one more from Spain. It focuses on innovation and sustainability, democratic management, impact, stable employment, reduces income gap, community reinvestment. Okay. So cooperatives always look into equity. Equity in the sense like to understand equity, we need to have equality also. So equity means what? In a corporation, if all the employees are working, means all types of chairs are given to all the workers. All same kind of chairs are given to all the workers working in a corporation. Okay, got it. Equity. So what they are doing, just like in some big country, only one size chappals are produced. Only one size, what you call tops are manufactured. So it is equity. It gives me, it is a, in one sense, we can understand equity is this. Okay. So informal labor exploitation, understanding economic equality, etc. How, like equal voting rights. In corporation, everybody has equal voting rights. One member, one vote. Okay. Shared profit distribution, inclusive membership, community-based ownership. The other, apart from Amul, we have Seva in India. It also does the same work. Okay. So how cooperatives generate self-employment? They have stable jobs, give economy a secure thing, limited startup capital, etc. The cooperative model for self-employment means it is nothing but collective marketing, skills pooling, collective marketing, Just now, one professor was making teacher training is very important, and also how 59% of people are now needed upskilling and reskilling, etc., without which we cannot have what you call the future. The next case study I have taken is ISSMWA Bakery in USA. It is a worker-owned bakery. Shared decision making is there. Living wages, impact, stable self-employment, community wealth building, replicable local model. So, how cooperatives when collaborated with education can bring some changes. There is a mismatch between the theory and practical, what industry is requiring, asking, demanding, and what we are giving. There is a lot of mismatch. If you open the net and if you see the top 5 texts in social media, they talk about what our children, our students need 21st century skills, without which their future is in what you call in dark. So upskilling matters a lot. With education, they are getting vocational training. With education, they are getting theoretical knowledge. With education, they are getting certificates. With education, they are getting discipline and punctuality, etc., etc. Hence, education has a role to play. Now, cooperative colleges are there in UK. They promote cooperative learning, leadership training, community engagement, impact, youth empowerment, cooperative entrepreneurship, social responsibility. Now, the implementation strategy. Steps to build a cooperative. Form a core group, feasibility study, legal registration, capital mobilization, governance framework. Funding sources. Funding is nothing but Vijaya Dairy is in Telangana is managed by government. Okay, so like this, in the conclusion, I would like to say that education has a role to play in understanding the working of cooperatives and their contribution in building the sustainability among the people and also among the future generation. So, thank you for giving me this. One more thing I would like to add. One critical question arises here. See, gross development, like if you look at that GDS, so if you look at the states, the top 5 states in India, you have the Maharashtra on the top. The richest people in particular state and the richest textile industries in particular state could not come up to that level, first top place. Why and how? So with these few critical questions, I would like to thank the organizers for giving me this wonderful opportunity to say a few words on this topic. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Professor Bima. Very nice presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Next serial number 10. The 1 minute, sir. 102. Please wait, sir. After 81. Ferin Irham Mujaki, sir. Are you joining, sir?
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, please start,
Okay.
sir. 4 minutes.
Thank you for the chance. Now, I would like to speak on character educational Panji Asmara Bangun. enduring cultural hero in children folklore. With me, Ferry Ramuzaki from Department of Elementary Education, Faculty of Education, Universitas Negeri Malang. The background is the rich of Indonesian folklore. Few figures demonstrated remarkable cultural longevity and moral resonance of Panji Asmara Bangun. While children across the archipelago grew up with familiar tales such as Keong Mas or Ande Lumut, many remain unaware that this beloved story traces their lineage to ancient Panji styles, a narrative tradition that UNESCO officially recognized in 2017 as a memory of the world heritage. Panji Asmara Bangun, the legendary prince of the Javanese kingdom of Jenggala, represents far more than a romantic hero. He embodies a complex cultural archetype whose adventures have served for centuries as a vehicle of transmitting moral values, ethical leadership principles, moral values, and cultural identity to successive generations across Southeast Asia. Panji's heroism, truth, transformation, and empathy. For children, heroism manifests not primarily through physical combat, but also from unwavering commitment of truth. The UNESCO citation describes Panji as hero of Java, who discussed himself as Safarkati great Basker to his quest to find his lover. The willingness of abandon privilege and embrace humble circumstances teach that true leadership involves empathy, sacrifice, and the ability to understand people from all walks of the life. The Panji narrative. The narrative structure of Panji adventure involves separation case, discuss, recognition, and dream reunion. Provide children a comprehensive framework for understanding moral growth and rewards of virtuous behavior. When Panji adapts discuss, including when rendering musician, he demonstrates the identity not merely as about external appearance, but also inner character. This lesson resonates powerfully with children navigating their own process. So the character education values in Panji figure, contemporary educational research has increasingly recognized Panji cycle as rich repository of character education. This value included religious devotion, nationalism, mutual cooperation, integrity, simplicity, innocence, nobility, virtue, holiness, smoothness, toughness, and skillfulness. A comprehensive study of the Panji Asmara figure in Wayang Timplong identifies an extraordinary range of character values embedded in both visual representation and narrative across the hero. Okay, this is the visual style. Gabahan eyes, mouth, and the Satria. Satria communicate with strength and readiness, while diterapakan such nobility temper for children it is tempered with approachability. For children, this visual cues create an immediate impression of an ideal human being who combines strength with gentleness, nobility with divinity. While the preaching tradition, the character education values embodied Panji align remarkably with contemporary educational framework, such as the 6 dimensions of this profile, faith, noble character, independence, mutual cooperation, global diversity, critical reasoning, and creativity, all find within the Panji narrative. The transmission of Panji stories occurred not only narrative but also from performing arts tradition that engage young people as spectators and participants. Throughout East Java, particularly in the Malang region, wayang topeng, mass puppet theater performance continues to introduce new generation of the Panji cycle. This is the Panji Laras, the son of Panji Aswarabangun and Dewi Sekataji. The educational function of children participation, Panji performance, young performance, discipline, cooperation, and cultural pride through mastering traditional dance, movement, and narrative. Young artists member witness peers their own age, embodying hero figures, making the stories feel more immediate and personally relevant. Adaptability, synchronism, the Panji resonance across local cultures. Importantly, the production of melodic connection decision while adapting presentation styles. The composer sketch has a 10% development and 30% of tradition. The inclusion bila pun account karakter Samar Bagong in the comic relief as a bridge between traditional wisdom and contemporary youth culture. Bagong possesses a representation of the youth spoke in contemporary language and address in modern way. In conclusion, Panji Aswarabangun stands as one of Indonesia's most resilient cultural heroes, adapting from ancient stone relief to modern fusion and performance. As a model hero leadership, Panji offers alternate aggression and emphasizes wisdom, preferences, and moral integrity as true foundation of heroism. The story serves as a vessel for character education, transmitting value like religion, division, nationalism, mutual cooperation, and integrity, aligning with ethics education. Okay, I think that's all for me. Thank you so much for the chance. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Faril Irham, sir, from Information, Faculty of Education. Thank you very much, sir. Good presentation. Next serial number 2, Dr. M.D. Rahman, sir.
Yeah, myself.
Dr. M.D.
Myself.
Rahman, Professor, University of Department of Psychology, VN Mandal University, Manipur, Bihar, sir. Yes, please start, sir. Only 5 to 7 minutes, sir.
Okay, I will follow the time. Thank you very much for providing me such an opportunity to present my paper before this international conference. The title of my paper is Application of Artificial Intelligence in Psychological Research. As we know that nowadays artificial intelligence is growing very rapidly, and it is affecting more or less all aspects of the knowledge. So artificial intelligence has emerged as a transformative force across various scientific domains, and psychology is no exception. Traditionally, psychological research has relied on controlled experiments, self-reports, and qualitative analysis to understand human behavior, cognition, and mental health. However, the advent of AI technologies such as machine learning, in short, we can say ML, deep learning, that is DL, and natural language processing, that is NLP, has introduced powerful tools capable of processing vast amounts of complex data with speed and precision unattainable by human efforts alone. These advancements allow psychologists to glean insights from multimodal sources, including brain imaging, wearable sensors, social media activity, and electronic health records, thereby bridging gaps in traditional methodologies. The application of AI in psychological research is particularly timely given the global mental health crisis. According to the World Health Organization, that is WHO, over 970 million people suffer from mental disorders, yet access to care remains limited, especially in underserved regions. AI offers scalable solutions, such as virtual therapists and predictive analytics to enhance accessibility and efficacy. For instance, AI can analyze speech patterns to detect early signs of dementia or depression, providing objective biomarkers where subjective assessments fall short. In research, AI facilitates the exploration of human intelligence through synthetic models, enabling simulations of decision-making, perception, and emotional responses. This paper aims to provide a comprehensive overview of AI applications in psychological research, structured around diagnosis, treatment, data analysis, challenges, and future directions. By synthesizing recent literature, it underscores AI potential to revolutionize the field while highlighting the need for ethical safeguards. The discussion draw in empirical evidence from studies post-2020, emphasizing interdisciplinary collaboration between psychologists, computer scientists, and ethicists to harness AI responsibility. Ultimately, AI not only augments research efficiency, but also promises to make psychological insight more inclusive and impactful. Now, I would like to say a few words about the AI in psychological diagnosis. Diagnosis in psychology has historically been challenged by subjectivity, reliance on self-reported symptoms, and the lack of objective biomarkers. AI addresses these limitations by integrating multi-model data to achieve higher accuracy and early detection of mental health disorders. Machine learning algorithms, for example, analyze brain imaging, that is MRI and EEG, genetic data, and behavioral patterns to classify disorders like depression, schizophrenia, and anxiety, with accuracies ranging from 75% to 90%. One prominent application is in neuroimaging, where DL models process MRI scans to identify neuroanatomical biomarkers. For instance, ensembles models have classified schizophrenia patients with 87% accuracy by detecting subtle brain changes. I have also pointed out in this paper that in physiological psychology, AI links neural activity to cognitive and emotional behaviors, aiding the understanding of disorders like autism and Alzheimer's. Wearable technologies enable digital phenotyping, tracking metrics such as emotional effects via heart rate and hormone levels for early detection. Predictive modeling integrates multifactorial data from smartphones, social media, and sensors to forecast disorders like depression and schizophrenia, with F1 scores often exceeding 90% in multimodal approaches. AI also support risk assessment, such as suicide prevention, by identifying vulnerabilities through diagnosis stress models and historical data. I have also tried to point out that AI use in treatment and interventions. As we are very much aware that AI's role in psychological treatments extends beyond diagnosis, offering personalized, scalable interventions and complement human therapies. In psychopharmacology, AI predicts individual medication responses through pharmacogenomics, minimizing side effects and optimizing outcomes for drugs like antidepressants and antipsychotics. Conversational AI agents, such as chatbots, provide real-time therapy, making support accessible in resource-limited areas. The UBISA chatbot, which delivers CBT for anxiety and chronic pain, uses pre-approved statement and has received FDA breakthrough device designation. These agents integrate with traditional therapy for progress monitoring, such as tracking cognitive reframing. In clinical practice, AI tools like those from APA services provided tailored insights by analyzing session themes, tone, and wearable data to flag relapse risk or suggest therapy switches. Platforms such as MindLamp enable continuous monitoring via smartphones for symptoms, tracking, and emotional regulations. There is also use of AI in research and data analysis in psychology. AI revolutionizes psychological research by enabling the analysis of massive data sets that traditional methods cannot handle. Researchers use ML to examine consciousness, decision-making, perception, and behavior, generating new theories on risky choices of planning. In data analysis, AI processes unstructured data from EHRs, social media, and sensors to uncover patterns in human behavior. NLP analysis analysis text for
Please continue.
yeah, I'm going to conclude. Emotional insight.
is already joined.
Okay. Now just I'm coming to the conclusion that AI is poised to redefine psychological research, offering tools for precise diagnosis, innovative treatments, and robust data analysis. By overcoming challenges through ethical practices, it can foster a more inclusive mental health landscapes. That's all. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Very nice presentation, sir. Dr. MD रहमान सर हमारे बीच में हमारे आज के जो चीफ गेस्ट स्पीकर सर ऑलरेडी ज्वाइन है, तो टेक्निकल इशू की वजह से अभी हमारे बीच में है सर प्रोफेसर बीपी वीरभद्रप्पा सर. Professor B.P. Veerabhadrappa sir, former Vice Chancellor, UMEP University Shimoga, and Professor of Economics, Devanagari University, Devanagari, Karnataka, India. Sir, Professor B.P. Veerabhadra sir. ओके सर ऑलरेडी ज्वाइन है, बस मुझे लगता है कि सर हमें सुन नहीं पा रहे हैं. ओके नेक्स्ट सीरियल नंबर मिस्टर किरण प्रेम कुमार मालगे. नेक्स्ट सीरियल नंबर फॉर पेपर प्रेजेंटेशन मिस्टर किरण कुमार, डॉक्टर सुषमा आर.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, Mr. Kiran, research scholar
yes,
of
sir.
education.
Yes, sir. Sir, myself, research scholar from Rani Chennamma University, Belagavi, Karnataka. On behalf of my guide, Dr. Sushma R, Associate Professor, Department of Education, Rani Chennamma University, I am presenting my paper, sir. The title of my paper is Transforming Education Through Gamification and Artificial Intelligence in the Modern World for the Students and the Educators. This research explores through the integration of gamification and artificial intelligence and addressing the evolving needs of students and educators in the digital age. A traditional instructional models face declining engagement. Gamification, defined as the application of game design elements in non-game contexts, emerges as a crucial solution to foster intrinsic motivation and improve cognitive retention. For students, the study demonstrates how mechanics such as instant feedback loops, narrative-driven quests, and adaptive difficulty levels powered by AI mitigate learning anxiety and promotes safe failure environment. Empirical data suggests that these interventions can lead to a 14% increase in skill-based performance and significantly higher long-term knowledge retention compared to passive learning methods. For educators, the transformation is marked by a shift from being primary information delivers to learning facilitators. The integration of gamified classroom management systems allows for automated administrative tracking and real-time data analytics. These provide teachers with actionable insight into individual student progress, enabling highly personalized intervention that were previously unattainable in standard classroom settings. However, this research also critically examines the digital divide and the risks of extrinsic over justification, where learners may prioritize rewards over subject mastery. The paper concludes that while gamification offers a robust framework for enhancing educational outcomes, its success depends on a balanced pedagogical approaches that aligns game mechanics with a rigorous academic curriculum by leveraging tools like Minecraft education and AI-driven adaptive platforms. The modern educational landscape can transition towards a more inclusive, interactive, and effective ecosystem. In a world defined by rapid digitization, the integration of gamification and artificial intelligence is no longer luxury. It is a pedagogical necessity. This paper examines how the fusion of game mechanics, points, leaderboards, narratives, and AI machine learning, natural language processing creates a dynamic ecosystem that optimizes learning for students and streamlines instruction for educators. The landscape of global education is currently navigating its most significant metamorphosis since the Industrial Revolution. In the modern era, traditional pedagogical frameworks, often characterized by passive rote memorization and standardized pacing, are increasingly struggling to resonate with a generation of digital natives who are accustomed to interactive, high speed, and personalized digital experiences. To bridge this engagement gap, the strategic integration of gamification and artificial intelligence has emerged not merely as a technological trend, but as a fundamental reimagining of the learning experience. Gamification, the integration of game design elements such as points, leaderboards, narratives, and feedback into educational context address the psychological need for autonomy and achievement. When these mechanics are supercharged by artificial intelligence, the learning environment shifts from a static delivery of information to dynamic living ecosystem. AI act as the engine behind the game, providing the data-driven precision required to personalize learning path, predict student hurdles, and automate administrative complexities for educators. For students, this synergy transform the classroom from a place of high stakes pressure into a safe failure zone where mistakes are rebranded as opportunities to let up. For educators, these technologies offer a powerful shift in role. They are no longer burdened by the limitations of one size fits all curriculum or the exhaustion of manual grading. Instead, they are empowered as a mentors and facilitators equipped with real-time diagnostic insights that allow for human-centric intervention. As we look towards the 2026 educational horizon, the convergence of AI and game-based learning represents a critical pathway toward a more inclusive, resilient, and effective educational model. This paper explores how this transformation is being realized in the modern world, the measurable impact it has on cognitive retention and the ethical considerations that must guide its implementation for both students and teachers alike. The theoretical framework of gamified artificial intelligence at its core gamification leverage self-determination theory focusing on autonomy, competence, and relatedness with AI is added. It introduces adaptivity, the dopamine loop gamification triggers the brain's reward system. The flow state AI ensures the challenge level perfectly matches student skill, preventing the broadens anxiety gap. Impact on the modern student, enhanced engagement and cognitive retention, the safe failure environment, personalization at scale, empowering the modern educator from lectures to facilitators, real-time diagnostic analytics, industry-leading tool, and their applications like Kahoot, which is competitive social gamification to turn formative assessment into high-energy game show. Minecraft education, a sandbox environment where students use AI coding blocks to solve environmental or engineering challenges. Classcraft transforms the entire classroom into a role-playing game where positive behavior earns experience points for the students' avatar. Critical challenges and ethical considerations, the digital divide, the efficacy of AI game-based learning is limited by hardware access. High-end VR and AR simulations are currently inaccessible to low-income regions, potentially widening the educational gap. Data privacy and ethics. AI requires massive data set. Protecting students' biometric and behavior data is paramount. Furthermore, algorithms must be audited to ensure they do not harbor biases that could disadvantage specific demographics. Adaptive learning represents the sophisticated brain of modern educational technology, utilizing artificial intelligence to break the traditional one-size-fits-all mold at its core. It is a data-driven approach that adjusts the path, pace, and content of instruction in real time based on an individual student's unique performance and psychological state. In a gamified environment, adaptive learning functions like a game's dynamic difficulty adjustment. If a student masters a concept quickly, the AI accelerates the curriculum to maintain a state of flow, preventing boredom. Conversely, if a learner struggles, platform like a Dreambox, Learning, or Khan Academy immediately identify the specific cognitive gap, perhaps a missing foundational skill from a previous grade, and to provide targeted remediation quests. For educators, adaptive learning provides uh, insightly previously impossible in a 30-student classroom. Instead of grading identical worksheets, teachers receive real-time analytics from classroom management systems, allowing them to facilitate small group interventions for students at the exact same mastery level by shifting from a time-bound to a mastery-based model. Adaptive learning ensure that no student is left behind due to a fast-moving curriculum and no student is held back by the average pace of the class. So last conclusion, the synergy of gamification and AI represents the future of global education by shifting the focus from rote memorization to active personalized participation. We can create a more resilient and motivated generation of learners. However, the human element, the educator remains the vital core of this transformation, using these tools not to replace teaching but to amplify it. The convergence of gamification and artificial intelligence marks the definitive departure from state pedagogy toward a responsive learner-centric future for students. This synergy transforms the arduous process of academic acquisition into an engaging journey of discovery, where AI-driven adaptive learning ensures that every challenge is calibrated to their individual flow state. For educators, these technologies do not signal replacement but empowerment. By offloading administrative burdens to AI-enhanced classroom management systems, teachers can reclaim their roles as mentors and high-level facilitators, while challenging regarding the digital divide and data ethics persist. The measurable gains in cognitive retention and student well-being are undeniable. As we move further into the decade, the success of this transformation will depend on a balanced integration that preserves the human core of teaching while leveraging the precision of mechanics. Ultimately, gamified AI is not just tool for better grades. It is a framework for fostering lifelong curiosity in the modern world. So, sir, thank you very much for providing me an opportunity to present my paper in this conference.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Mr. Kiran.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Very nice presentation. ओके, नेक्स्ट सीरियल नंबर 4. आज का जो हमारा पेपर प्रेजेंटेशन का शेड्यूल है, सीरियल नंबर 1 से 20 तक है. ये हमारा आज का प्रेजेंटेशन है. बाकी जो हमारा सीरियल नंबर 21 से जो रहेगा वो हमारा कल रहेगा पेपर प्रेजेंटेशन. आज भी हम फर्स्ट सेकंड थर्ड का बेस्ट प्रेजेंटेशन का अवार्ड भी देने वाले हैं. कल भी हम फर्स्ट सेकंड और थर्ड देंगे अवार्ड. तो आज का हमारा 4th सीरियल नंबर है गौरव कुमार गौर. गौरव कुमार गौर सर. गौरव कुमार गौर.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm here.
Yes. Research scholar of
Yeah.
management, Swami Vivekananda University, Meerut, Uttar Pradesh से हैं सर. Yes, please
Yes,
start,
sir.
sir. Only 6 minutes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Respected all, good afternoon. And my topic for this paper is role of one district, one product in promoting traditional clusters in Uttar Pradesh. And the abstract of my paper is that one district, one product has emerged as one of the most important initiative of government of Uttar Pradesh. The purpose of this study is to evaluate the role of one district, one product in improving the economic system of Uttar Pradesh and how this scheme is promoting the traditional clusters. This review article focuses at how this scheme is enhancing clusters productivity, market access, skill development, and infrastructure support of traditional cluster in Uttar Pradesh. By reviewing of existing literature, government reports and studies using empirical data, this paper assess how one district, one product has an has influence factors such as cluster competitiveness, rural entrepreneurship, and employment generation. Especially, attention is given to the program's impact on improving branding, upgrading production processes, and facilitating integration of local products into national and global market. The review also considers the key challenges like limited technological adoption, unequal adoption of policies, and limitations in the supply chain that affect cluster performance. Overall, one district, one product gives a strong position to Uttar Pradesh, establishing as a competitive hub of unique traditional products. It not only support, but it also pushes the activities of the small scale industries. So the introduction of my product is that there are 6.33 crore MSMEs are registered in India, and total 90 lakh MSMEs are in UP. The micro industries comprises of 89.64 lakhs units, while the small units comprises of 36,000 units. Uttar Pradesh have largest MSME base. It's 14.2% in India. 45% of export is contributed by MSME units, and wide manufacturing leading in range of engineering goods, carpets, leather goods, handicrafts, and apparel, etc. So the micro unit, I would like to introduce what are micro, small, and medium enterprises. According to the government of India, micro units are which have investment in plant and machinery not exceeding rupees 1 crore, and turnover of the unit should not be more than 5 crore. Small enterprises, the investment should not be more than 10 crore, and they are not having the turnover of 50 crore. And medium units are have investment in plant and machinery should not exceed rupees 50 crore, and the turnover should not exceed rupees 250 crore. So these are the units. And one district, one product was is the initiative of government of Uttar Pradesh, and it was launched in 2018, aimed at promoting district-specific products of all 75 districts of the state, and which is in strengthening local skill, improving production quality, and expanding market reach. The implementation involves district level committee, skill development program, financial support, and marketing support like GI tagging, ODOP Mart, trade fairs, and e-commerce platforms. The schemes under one district, one product, the schemes which are arranged by the government of India under the flagship of one district, one product are Common Facility Center scheme. Second is skill development and toolkit distribution scheme. Third is margin money financial assistance scheme, marketing development assistance scheme, export promotion support, and digital promotion and e-commerce integration. Well, now I would like to tell to why I select this topic, the reason for selecting this topic. That is the strategic importance for local economic development to show preservation and modernization of traditional clusters. Linkage, next point is the linkage between policy intervention and cluster competitiveness, and socio-economic impact on MSMEs and employment, and limited cluster specific academic research, because there are not so many research are prepared for the cluster development. Just like I would like to say the research regarding the Forja ceramic cluster of Uttar Pradesh. So, so there are no so much research are conducted in this area. The research methodology I adopt is the study adopt a systematic review and analytical research design, focusing on synthesizing existing academic literature, government policy documents, and institutional reports related to one district, one product. And descriptive research design is adopted to analyze structural literature searched from year 2020 to 25 using academic database such as Google Scholar, Jasper, and Scopus, employing keyword including ODOP, traditional clusters, cluster development, MSMEs. The review is based on secondary data source and no primary data is collected. The main purpose of the study is to know one district, one product better and understand how it is uplifting the clusters development in Uttar Pradesh. So my findings are that the one district, one product is uplifting the marketing expansion of the traditional cluster, because every district in Uttar Pradesh having some specific products, and all specific products are being promoted by the government of Uttar Pradesh under the flagship of one district, one product. And it is not only expanding the market reach, but it is trying to making the products global, and sending these products or making these industries according to produce the products according to the global or according to the international needs, demands, and the standards. You know? So conclusion of my product is that ODOP is strengthening traditional clusters through product specialization, institutional and infrastructure support for cluster development. ODOP also enhancing the market access and competitiveness of the clusters. Next point is the employment generation. ODOP is making more employment or supporting the industry to making more employment, and uplifting the livelihood of artisans and industries and sustainability. And the last conclusion is the need for integrated cluster and digital policy frameworks. So these are the conclusions from my side. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Hello.
Thank you, sir. Thank
Am
you.
I audible, sir?
Yes, thank you very much, sir. Very nice
Thank you, sir.
presentation. Next serial number 5. Dr. Sukriti Ghosh. Dr. Sukriti Ghosh. Okay, next serial number 6. Preeti Bhardwaj. Preeti Bhardwaj. Okay, next serial number 7. Chintan Bala. Chintan Bala. Okay, next serial number 8. Soham Santosh Kadam.
Yes, sir, we are available.
Yes.
Yes, Soham Santosh Kadam, sir, student, VIT Chennai, Tamil Nadu. Yes, please start, sir, only 6 minutes.
Yes, sir, I'll show them. So I'll be sharing the screen and Soham will be presenting. Is my screen visible, sir?
No, sir.
Is it visible now, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I request Soham to continue the presentation.
Okay. Good afternoon, respected conference chairpersons, guests, and organizers. My name is Soham Kadam, final year student in BTech and studying AI robotics in VIT Chennai. Today I'm presenting my paper titled Artificial Intelligence Management System, reviews the ISO 42001 and recommends the system. My topic aligns with our conference with the theme of innovation and sustainable development. We all know AI and how rapidly it is entering in all our lives. It is no longer experimental. It is now a product and a business worth billions. It influences a lot of industries. AI is not like Google. It is not a search engine, but it is based on logic and algorithm. However, AI has grown so rapidly, but its governance control has not evolved at the same pace. In most organizations, the AI development is driven by technology teams, while accountability, risk ownership, and quality control remains neglected. Ethical guidelines exist, but without a formal structure, there is no quality assurance. This creates a critical gap. We can see the AI related harm which is happening around us through privacy violations, copyright violations, misinformation, and a lack of transparency. This is why we need a structured and auditable governance framework. This is where the international standard ISO 42001 becomes important. It is the first certifiable AI management system standard. Rather than focusing on the coding, it focuses on governance. It brings management discipline to the AI deployment. Learning from other industries like chemical, automobile, construction, they adopted the international standards after failures like accident and losses. Whereas for the AI industry, we can we recommend they should be proactive to learn and adopt the international standards instead of reactive. We are already witnessing early misuse of AI through deepfakes and misinformation. I also propose the use of an AI logo on every AI product. This distinguishes between AI and created by humans. In the recent AI summit, which was held in the past week, a similar approach or law was declared as well. In conclusion, AI is a powerful weapon which can be used in a good and bad way both. So this needs to be governed with a systematic approach. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Soham sir, for presentation on the PPT.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Next serial number 9, Dr. Meenakshi. Dr. Meenakshi. Okay, next serial number 10, Sangeeta Mashram. Sangeeta Mashram. Okay, next serial number 11, Dr. Sindhura Kanappan. Dr. Sindhura Kanappan. Okay, next serial number 12, Jyoti Kumari. Jyoti Kumari Anuj Bharti.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everyone.
1 minute ज्योति में ये चंद्रप्पा कनप्पम यही डॉक्टर सिंधुरा योर पीपीटी शो नो वॉइस मैम नो वॉइस You are not audible, ma'am. Okay, ma'am, please wait. The next serial number, Jyoti Kumari.
Yes, sir.
Is Sindhura, ma'am, please left and please join again. Okay,
Now-
yes, Jyoti Kumari, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Please start, ma'am. This is scholar of home science, Magad University, Bodhgaya, Bihar. Yes, please start, ma'am. Only 6 minutes.
Yes, sir. From equality to personality, the Journal of Women Entrepreneurship in the developing country in like India has been remarkable. Women entrepreneurship plays a critical role in achieving the sustainable development goals. Particularly SDG 5 and SDG 8. According to the last 20-25 year data, more than 20% of MSMEs in India are wanted by women, contributing significantly to social information and economic development. In the global context, sustainable development is no longer limited to economic gains. Environmental and social impact are equally important. Women entrepreneurship after prioritize collaboration and social responsibility are leading the transformation towards sustainable business model. As of 2025, more than 231 billion women globally are engaged in a starting or a running business, including the emerge of a new economics force for developing contribution like India. The shift from women as job seeking to job creators in particularly significant. The paper reviews recently policy initiative including announcements in the Union Budget 2024 to 2025 aimed at first time women entrepreneurship. The keywords analysis shows that the term women remains central, closely limited to women empowers and sustainable entrepreneurship. This study, the based on a systematic lecture review and secondary data from government reports. Global Entrepreneurship Mentor 2024 from 2025 publication index in Web Science and Research Kit. According to Critical Analysis, Behavior Economics Research Trends 2025 indicated the women entrepreneurship demonstrative in a 15% higher centrical business oriented compared to men. According to Science Direct 2025, women more than likely to engage in social entrepreneurship contributing directly to SDG 12. Although 70% of loan under the Mudra scheme and guaranteed to women most fell under the Shanu category up to 15 lakhs. Scaling business remains challenges due to limited across to venture capital. The inter-announced set the barriers is now referred to as the glass crack. Digital legally and enable hidden entrepreneurship to access global marketable the e-commercial platforms. However, the digital event remains a significant challenge, particularly in rural India. Government data PIB 2024 show a 22% increase in women participants in waste to wealth and agro-processed selection, demonstrating strong elements between women entrepreneurship and sustainable development goals. Some key barriers 2025 data. Limitation across a financial 78% of women quite finance as their biggest challenges. Only 2.1% of global VC funding goes to all women's funding from less than 1% in India. Second, unpaid care work. Women in India expend 6 times more time on domestic works than men, leading to time properly. Third, social culture securities. Fourth, lack of networking, male-dominated business networks, limitation mentorship and professional connections. Emerging opportunity, green entrepreneurship by 2024, women stable 18% sustainability forced startup. Second, digital options, 84% women's entrepreneurship experience confidence in sale growth through digital platforms. Third, government support. The 2025 from 2026 Union Budget announced term loans up to 2 crores for first time women entrepreneurship. Fourth, social impact, women lead enterprise generated employed and strength community development. Conclusion. Women entrepreneurship is not merely an economics activity but a drive of social and environmental transformation. With proper financial access, digital inclusion, and mentorship support, women can significantly accelerate India's sustainable development journey towards 20, uh, 2047. Strengthening the economic system around women-led entrepreneurship is essential for inclusive and long-term growth. So my suggestion, financial limitations should be promote gender responsibility and collected free loan system. Expanded digital literacy and mentorship network can be help women overcome a structural barrier, share domestic responsibility, and a stronger policy support will enable women entrepreneurship to scale sustainable business effectively. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very nice presentation. Thank you very much. Next, Dr. Sindhura, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Ready.
Yes, Dr. Sindhura, ma'am, Assistant Professor of Management. Please start, ma'am. Only 6 minutes.
Okay, sir. Okay. Good morning, everyone. I will be presenting the article titled Systematic Review and Development of Conceptual Framework, Self-Leadership, Psychological Capital, and Mindfulness Among NGO Employees. NGO employees often face high emotional labor, resource scarcity, and burnout. Understanding how these internal resources interact is not just an academic exercise. It is a necessity for organization sustainability. This study aims to systematically review existing literature on self-leadership, psychological capital, and mindfulness among NGO employees. This research has the potential to contribute to the understanding of employee well-being and performance in the NGOs. So the prime aim is the research is designed to conduct a systematic review of existing academic literature regarding 3 specific psychological concepts: self-leadership, psychological capital, and mindfulness within the context of NGO. The significance of the study is to identify ways to enhance both the performance and overall well-being of employees working in high pressure and demanding NGO sectors. So let us see what is this self-leadership. It is defined as the individual capacity to steer oneself towards personal and professional objectives while simultaneously enhancing the organizational goals. So the concept of the mechanism is self-influence, enabling individuals to complete necessary tasks. So the core principle is the ability to influence oneself to finish the necessary tasks, even when those tasks are not very enjoyable or appealing. The 3 pillars are behavioral, motivational, and cognitive. So we aim to address the gap in leadership studies, in which very few examples are given, which are relevant to NGO context. This research addresses a significant gap where we traditionally focus on corporate and political sector. Instead, we are seeing it with a reference to NGOs. So what is this psychological capital? It is the positive human resource assets that can be measured, managed, and development for performance improvement. These are the 4 different components. First is the hope. Next is the resilience and self-efficacy. Finally, optimism. So hope is how much you hope you will be able to perform well. Resilience is the ability to spring back to the usual state after facing various challenges. Self-efficacy is how you understand yourself and you're able to perform certain tasks. And optimism is how positive you are. So let us see what is mindfulness. It is defined as the discipline of maintaining conscious awareness and paying close attention to current events and experience. It involves a non-judgmental awareness of one's own feelings, emotions, and physical sensations without judgment. So benefit of it is reduced stress and better coping mechanism, enhanced mental health. Various firms also use this mindfulness. So the research methodology is, first we do the creation of specific criteria and then a comprehensive literature search. After that, we target the article selection, and then an in-depth review is done, and data is extracted. Finally, we come to a summary. So what are the key findings? Self-leadership functions as a self-influence model grounded in various social cognitive theories. And motivation means self-reward, which is identified as a primary inner motivator in NGO context. So various critical skills like self-awareness, decision-making, empathy, and accountability are the competencies. So we see the various interconnectivity between the psychological capital and mindfulness. The self-leadership acts as a predictor of psychological capital and mindfulness. And it is a valuable personal resource for job engagement. So higher this psychological capital, it leads to greater resilience in face of various adversity and a more proactive workplace behavior. This mindfulness helps in stress regulation. Mindfulness facets like body awareness and emotional regulation enhances the mental health, and it influences the physiological stress. It brings it down. So let us see the various challenges. First one is the founder syndrome. Research indicates many NGOs struggles to develop a second line leader, as founders often retain all the decision making authorities. Number one. Then number two, capacity gaps. Organizations frequently fail to assess their leadership needs. And then the research dirt. There is a lack of empirical data on NGO leadership, especially in India. Most of the studies are basically on corporate and politics. Now let us see the theoretical discussion. Research shows that self-leadership acts as a powerful predictor of psychological capital, suggesting that individuals learn to influence their own behavior and thought and their internal resources, hope, efficacy, resilience, and optimism. Then the next is engagement and well-being. Both mindfulness and self-leadership are identified as valuable personal resources that are directly or indirectly linked to higher job engagement and improved mental health. Then the predictive power. Self-leadership has to be found to be a better predictor of psychological capital than mindfulness alone. And then the mediation effect. The influence of self-leadership on employees' dedication to their work is often fully mediated by their level of psychological capital, which means self-leadership builds the hero traits, which then drive the long-term performance. Now the practical discussion. It addresses the various research gaps in the NGOs, where they need to focus on the social development leaders who work in remote areas with marginalized
Please conclude,
population.
sir. Please conclude.
Yes, one more slide, sir. Next is the field level autonomy. NGO staff should have the various flexibility and confidence to make the choice. And then is overcoming the founder syndrome, that is developing a second line of leadership. So the recommendations are: first, the active network should be established in rural and urban areas. Then various missions, human rights, disaster aid, environment preservation, all these leaderships can be brought under the self-leadership. And we have to measure these hero traits to gain resilience and productivity. Then we have to integrate the mindfulness and well-being. So the limitations is, it is restricted to the NGO sector. The future opportunity is various strategies can be used to teach self-leadership. And this framework can be replicated in other variables or constructs. So the summary is: the systematic review successfully synthesized the importance of self-leadership, psychological capital, and mindfulness for NGO success. So the final thought is: investing in employee psychological resources is essential for achieving a long-term social development goals. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity. Yes, sir, done.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Very nice presentation.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Next, serial number 13, Professor Renu Kumari.
Okay, sir.
Renu Kumari.
Good
Professor-
afternoon. Good afternoon,
Yes.
sir.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Start. I am audible, sir.
Yes, ma'am, audible.
Yes. Respected organizer, learned people, delegates all over the world. I am presenting my paper in Hindi, sir. My paper title is योग्यता आधारित शिक्षा में एआई आधारित आकलन की भूमिका और राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति के लक्ष्यों के अनुरूपता का अध्ययन। योग्यता आधारित शिक्षा के संदर्भ में यह शोध पत्र एआई आधारित आकलन की शैक्षिक उपयोगिता, व्यवहार्यता तथा राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति के घोषित लक्ष्यों के साथ इसकी अनुरूपता का समेकित विश्लेषण प्रस्तुत करता है। अध्ययन का आधार यह मानता है कि योग्यता आधारित शिक्षा में सीखने में सफलता केवल तथ्य स्मरण से नहीं बल्कि अवधारणात्मक समझ, अनुप्रयोग, तर्क, संप्रेषण, सहकार्य, सृजनात्मकता और मूल्य आधारित निर्णय जैसी क्षमताओं के प्रदर्शन से निर्धारित होती है। इसलिए आकलन प्रणाली का रूपांतरण मूल्य आधारित योग्यता आधारित शिक्षा में सीखने की सफलता केवल तथ्य स्मरण से नहीं बल्कि अवधारणात्मक समझ, अनुप्रयोग, तर्क, संप्रेषण, सहकार, सृजनात्मकता और मूल्य आधारित निर्णय जैसी क्षमताओं से निर्धारित प्रदर्शन से निर्धारित होती है। इसलिए आकलन प्रणाली का रूपांतरण नीति कार्यान्वयन की केंद्रीय शर्त बन जाता है। इस लक्ष्य की प्राप्ति में एआई आधारित आकलन को एक बहुआयामी उपकरण समूह के रूप में विवेचित किया गया है, जिसमें अनुकूली परीक्षण, अधिगम विश्लेषण, कौशल प्रोफाइलिंग, कार्य आधारित डिजिटल मूल्यांकन तथा रूब्रिक आधारित संरचित प्रतिपुष्टि जैसी क्षमताएं सम्मिलित है। शोध पत्र नीति दस्तावेज विश्लेषण और द्वितीयक साक्ष्य समेकन के माध्यम से यह जांचने का प्रयास करता है कि ये तकनीकी क्षमताएं परख जैसे राष्ट्रीय आकलन ढांचों तथा समग्र प्राप्ति पत्र जैसी बहुसूत्र आकलन अवधारणाओं को किस प्रकार समर्थन दे सकती है और किस शर्तों पर यह समर्थन वास्तविक अधिगम सुधार में बदल सकता है। भारतीय संदर्भ में डिजिटल तत्परता के संकेतकों का उपयोग करते हुए अध्ययन यह दर्शाता है कि विद्यालयों में संगणक और इंटरनेट उपलब्धता बढ़ी है, पर सार्वभौमिक नहीं। इस कारण कई एआई आधारित आकलन को चरणबद्ध, समता, संवेदी और बहुआयामी रणनीति के साथ अपनाना आवश्यक है। दीक्षा जैसे मंचों के बड़े पैमाने के उपयोग आंकड़े यह संकेत देते हैं कि डिजिटल परिस्थिति में सूक्ष्म आकलन और त्वरित प्रतिपुष्टि के आधार पर मौजूद है, किंतु डेटा सुरक्षा की पूर्व घटनाएं और बाल गोपनीयता की संवेदनशीलता यह स्पष्ट करती है कि पहले सुरक्षा फिर विस्तार का सिद्धांत अनिवार्य होगा। निष्कर्षतः एआई आधारित आकलन नीति 2020 के अधिगम परिणाम, व्यक्तिगत प्रगति मानचित्रण, समग्र विकास और प्रणालीगत फीडबैक के लक्ष्यों को गति दे सकता है, बशर्ते पारदर्शी मानक, निष्पक्षता जांच, मानव पर्यवेक्षण, कानूनी अनुपालन और सुरक्षा अंकेक्षण को कार्यान्वयन की मूल शर्त बनाया जाए। अन्यथा पक्षपात, निगरानी आधारित दबाव, गोपनीयता जोखिम और झूठी दक्षता का भ्रम जैसे प्रतिकूल प्रभाव बढ़ सकते हैं। धन्यवाद सर।
थैंक यू रैनी कुमारी मैम, आप प्रोफेसर भी हैं एजुकेशन से। थैंक यू वेरी मच मैम।
यस।
नेक्स्ट सीरियल नंबर 14 डॉक्टर वेद प्रकाश। डॉक्टर वेद प्रकाश सर। ओके, नेक्स्ट सीरियल नंबर 15 हिमाली पारिक। हिमाली पारिक, डॉक्टर स्मृति अग्रवाल। ओके, नेक्स्ट सीरियल नंबर 16 रजनी नैयर। रजनी नैयर। ओके, नेक्स्ट सीरियल नंबर 17 मीनल बेस। मीनल बेस, डॉक्टर संजय कुमार सिंह। ओके, नेक्स्ट सीरियल नंबर 18 संतोष रामा। संतोष रामा। मंजरी नितिन खाचे। ओके, नेक्स्ट डॉक्टर सीरियल नंबर 19 डॉक्टर रंगनाथन सीबी। रंगनाथन। ओके, नेक्स्ट सीरियल नंबर 20 डॉक्टर रुचि लोधी। डॉक्टर रुचि।
हेलो।
हाँ
कैसा हो गया बढ़िया से?
हाँ
स्क्रीन भी दिख रहा था।
हाँ दिख रहा था, आप देखिए आपको तुम।
ओके, इफ एनी वांट टू प्रेजेंटेशन, जिसका आज प्रेजेंटेशन था सीरियल नंबर 1 से 20, अगर उनमें से कोई ज्वाइन है तो प्रेजेंटेशन नहीं कर पाया है तो अपना प्रेजेंटेशन दे सकता है। आज का जो हमारा सीरियल नंबर था 1 से 20 था, उनमें से अगर कोई प्रेजेंटेशन के लिए रह गया है तो अपना प्रेजेंटेशन दे सकता है। डॉक्टर सुप्रीति घोष। सीरियल नंबर 6 प्रीति भारद्वाज। सीरियल नंबर 7 चिंतन बाला। नेक्स्ट सीरियल नंबर 9 डॉक्टर मीनाक्षी। सीरियल नंबर 10 संगीता मसराम। सीरियल नंबर 14 डॉक्टर वेद प्रकाश। सीरियल नंबर 15 हिमाली पारिक। सीरियल नंबर 16 रजनी नैयर। सीरियल नंबर 17 मीनल बेस, डॉक्टर संजय कुमार। ओके, सीरियल नंबर 18 संतोष रामा। संतोष रामा। सीरियल नंबर 19 डॉक्टर रंगनाथन सीबी। ओके, सीरियल नंबर 20 डॉक्टर रुचि लोधी।
सर
यस मैम।
रुचि लोधी सर।
यस, डॉक्टर रुचि लोधी मैम।
यस
यस
सर।
प्लीज स्टार्ट में।
यस सर।
डॉक्टर रुचि लोधी मैम,
जी
डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ इंजीनियरिंग केमिस्ट्री, ज्ञानगंगा कॉलेज जबलपुर से है मैम। यस प्लीज स्टार्ट मैम, ओनली 6 मिनट।
यस सर। सर मेरी स्लाइड्स विजिबल हैं?
नो मैम।
मैं शेयर कर रही हूँ सर, जस्ट सेकंड। सर स्लाइड्स विजिबल हैं?
नो मैम।
अब विजिबल है सर?
नॉट मैम।
मैं शेयर तो कर रही हूँ सर। मैं सर शेयर कर रही हूँ, बट इसमें शेयर नहीं हो रहा है।
मैम आपका आप फिर से एक बार ट्राई कर लीजिए।
जी 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 सर, मैं ट्राई कर रही हूँ, ये शेयर नहीं हो रही है। अभी विजिबल है सर? सर स्लाइड्स
नो
विजिबल
मैम।
है?
नो। आपने मेल किया है क्या मैम?
हाँ जी सर, मेल किया है मैंने आपको। Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay, sir. So myself, Dr. Ruchi Lodhi, Associate Professor from Engineering Chemistry Department, Gyandanga College of Technology, Jabalpur. And the topic of my presentation is Sustainable Business Practices, the Shift to Biodegradable Packaging. Next slide, sir. Now the question arises, what is sustainable business practices? So sustainable business practice simply means the strategies or action which a company adopts to operate in a way which is environmental, family friendly, socially ethical, and economically viable over the long term, or we can simply say running a business without harming the environment. Next slide, sir. Now, the best example of sustainable business practice is reducing plastic packaging by using biodegradable packaging. Next. Now, why to reduce plastic packaging? Because it is non-biodegradable and it will not break down into simpler form by the action of microorganism, and it will remain in the environment for a very, very long time as a pollutant. Next. Now we can see in the slide there are various types of plastic pollutions like water pollutions, soil pollution, and air pollutions. Next. Now in the global level, if we see the amount of raise of plastic pollution, we can see that according to a report, the plastic pollution is projected to grow by USD 0.67 trillion in 2025 to around USD 1.07 trillion by 2035. So we can see how much plastic pollution is created. So we are shifting towards the sustainable business practice, that is biodegradable packaging. It refers to the use of material we can decompose into simpler form like CO2, water, and without harming the environment, and it breaks down into the simpler forms, leaving no harmful residue. Next. Now, question arises why biodegradable packaging is important. So there are basic three reasons: environmental benefits, consumer demand for sustainability, and regulatory compliance. Next. Environmental benefits simply means that it will basically decrease the amount of waste which is released in the land, that is reduce landfill. Second, biodegradable packaging like compostable packaging, it will increase the soil nutrients, the soil enrichment. Third, by using biodegradable packaging, we will stop using plastic and thus it will reduce the pollution. Now, consumer demand for sustainability. First is ethical consumption. Now, consumers are more attracted towards the sustainable product. So, using the biodegradable packaging is attracting them. Second is the brand reputation. Using the biodegradable packaging as a brand for a company. So, obviously, it will attract the consumer which are more diverted to the eco-friendly products. Next. Regulatory compliance. It simply means the government regulations. Now, in many countries, government had put the implementation, strict implementation of the plastics packaging, and it is thus making the necessity of biodegradable packaging very important. Next. Now, the materials which are used in biodegradable packaging, we can see the list one by one. We will see in short. Next. Starch-based plastics, it is being made from cornstarch, potato starch. Next. Cellulose-based bioplastics, it is being made from cellulose fiber, which is extracted from the wood pulp or the agricultural waste. Next. Biodegradable plastics, it is chemically synthesized and it contains the additive to accelerate the microbial degradation. Next. Paper and cardboard plastics, it is also a biodegradable plastics and it has been extracted from the wood pulp. Next. Plant-based biodegradable plastics, it is basically made from protein and cellulose. Next. Now, while selecting a biodegradable packaging material, we should consider the following points. Compostability. That is, the material should be compostable in industrial condition and should have certification. Second point, biodegradability. It should be biodegradable under various conditions. Third, material source. The material selected for making the biodegradable packaging should be renewable. That is plant-based. Fourth, recycling compatibility. That is, the biodegradable material which is selected should be able to recycle. Fifth point, product protection. It should protect the product from the barrier, that is moisture, oxygen. Sixth point is consumer education. Biodegradable packaging should contain a proper label on it. Now the application, we can see the application of biodegradable packaging. It is used in food and beverages for packing the juices. Next. It is used in consumer goods for packing the cosmetic item, for the electronic item, in healthcare for packing the medical devices. Next. Now, for making the biodegradable packaging, we are following the following points. First is the material sourcing. We are extracting or selecting the right material for biodegradable packaging, that is renewable. Second, processing. We are converting that material into usable format through extrusion, molding and casting. Packaging processing, it means we are converting the usable form to the particular format like the proper bags or the bottles or trays. Product packaging, in this we are packaging the product in it. And the last point is end of life, that is finally after the use, that biodegradable packaging is been disposed of under the proper conditions. Next. Now the benefits of biodegradable packaging we have already discussed. Reduce environmental impact. Obviously, it will decrease the amount of waste reduced in the which is being disposed in the land, that is minimize landfill waste. Second, we will decrease the plastic pollution by using biodegradable packaging. Third point, it will decrease the carbon footprint. Next. Second advantage is enhanced brand image. We have already discussed eco-conscious consumer appeal. Biodegradable packaging will attract the consumer which are more seeking towards a sustainable product. It will also improve the corporate social responsibility. Cost effective. In starting, it will seem expensive, but in the long run, it will decrease the amount of money wasted on the disposal of trash. Next. Limitations of biodegradable packaging. Next. The first limitation is limited availability. Obviously, very poor supply chain constraint is there for the biodegradable material. So in some region, we lack this biodegradable material. Infrastructure development is also poor for the biodegradable material, that is for proper disposal and for proper collection. No infrastructure is there. Second, next slide, sir. Performance concern. Obviously, for the biodegradable packaging material, some of the biodegradable packaging material do not provide the proper barrier properties from moisture. Thus, it affects the shelf life of the food product. Durability, obviously some of the biodegradable packaging is not durable, like low tensile strength. So it is like lacking from the traditional plastic. Next. In India, if we see the biodegradable market reach, then we can see biodegradable packaging is increasing. It has reached to USD 3.51 billion in 2024, and according to IMARC Group, it will expect to rate to USD 5.59 billion in 2033. Sorry. So we can see how biodegradable packaging as a sustainable business practice is increasing. Next. Now, my research work on biodegradable packaging is in sago starch-based packaging film, and the work has been published in various esteemed publications, Scopus, SCI also. Next. Now, conclusion is biodegradable packaging offers a very sustainable and environmental friendly traditional option for the used traditional plastic, and it is one of the best sustainable business practice, and by adopting this innovation we will lead to greener future, and as the technology will improve, one day it will become a mainstream choice of all. Next. Next, these are the references. Next. Thanks to the organizing committee of this international conference. Thank you very much. Thank you, Bradesh sir. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Very nice presentation.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
If any want to presentation. मैडम लुलियानिया की बुक रोमानिया से मैम हमारे बीच में है। लुलियाना मैम, लुलियाना शी बुक मैम from Romania. Do you want to paper presentation, ma'am? Okay. If you want to presentation for today's session, सीरियल नंबर 1 से 20 में अगर किसी का प्रेजेंटेशन रह गया तो अपना प्रेजेंटेशन कर सकता है, नहीं तो फिर हम अपना सेशन यहीं पे समाप्त करेंगे। कल भी हमारे 2 सत्र रहेंगे, फर्स्ट गेस्ट लेक्चर और सेकंड सत्र पेपर प्रेजेंटेशन रहेगा। तो जो जिनका कल है वो कल ही रहेगा उनका प्रेजेंटेशन। अगर जिनका आज करवाए कर नहीं पाया है तो अपना प्रेजेंटेशन दे सकते हैं।
हेलो सर।
जिनका लिस्ट में नाम नहीं है, अभी हम 5 बजे तक अपडेट लिस्ट भेजने वाले हैं, उसमें आपका नाम आ जाएगा तो कल प्रेजेंटेशन कर सकते हैं। अगर किसी ने डिटेल नहीं भेजा है तो हमारे मेल पे अपना बेसिक डिटेल्स और टाइटल भेज सकते हैं। ओके, ये सत्र हम अभी यहीं पे समाप्त करेंगे। आज का जो हमारा पेपर प्रेजेंटेशन था वो हो गया है, तो यह सेशन में यहीं पे समाप्त करना चाहूंगा। थैंक यू।
एक्सक्यूज मी सर, मैं कुछ एक बात।
यस मैम, यस, अभी मैं आपसे बात कर रहा हूँ अभी 1 मिनट में। थैंक यू एवरीवन फॉर ज्वाइनिंग today's international conference organized by International Social Science and Management Welfare Association and Bliss Education Center, Indonesia, and International Society of Teachers, Administrators and Researchers, Bangkok, Thailand, Social Studies Teacher Forum, Indonesia, and Universities for Bima, Sakapenta, Indonesia के द्वारा यह संगोष्ठी आयोजित किया गया था। इसमें आज जो हमारा फर्स्ट सेशन गेस्ट लेक्चर, अच्छा हमारे जो एक्सपर्ट थे सभी ने ग्लोबल बिजनेस स्ट्रीट एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप इनोवेशन एंड सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट विषय पर अपना लेक्चर दिया। और जो हमारा सेकंड था जो पेपर प्रेजेंटेशन, उनमें हमारे पास अच्छे पेपर्स भी आए हैं और गुड प्रेजेंटेशन था। कुछ लोग जुड़ नहीं पाए हैं तो उनको भी कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, वो अपना कल प्रेजेंटेशन कर सकते हैं लास्ट ओपन सत्र में। आज का जो हमारा बेस्ट प्रेजेंटेशन का जो था फर्स्ट सेकंड और थर्ड, कल हम समापन सत्र में दोनों दिन का बेस्ट प्रेजेंटेशन अनाउंस करेंगे, जिनका आज फर्स्ट सेकंड और थर्ड जो हमारे एक्सपर्ट थे उनके द्वारा जैसे ही लिस्ट आएगा तो हम कल समापन सत्र में यह अवार्ड का अनाउंस करेंगे। ओके, थैंक यू वेरी मच ऑल प्रेजेंटेशन, वेरी नाइस पीपीटी एंड गुड प्रेजेंटेशन। आप सभी अपना जो पीपीटी हमारे मेल पे नहीं भेजा है तो अपना पीपीटी भेज सकता है। तो टेक्निकल इशू रहता है तो हम अपने यहाँ से उसको शेयर कर सकते हैं। ओके, थैंक यू वेरी मच। हम ये सेशन यहीं पे समाप्त करते हैं। कल आप सभी पुनः 12 बजे हम से जुड़े। कल भी हमारे बेस्ट प्रेजेंटेशंस रहेंगे फर्स्ट सेकंड और थर्ड। अगर किसी का लिस्ट में नाम नहीं है तो वो अपना बेसिक डिटेल्स और पेपर हमारे मेल पे अभी 6 बजे तक भेज सकते हैं। अभी एक अपडेट लिस्ट भेजने वाले हैं, उसमें आपका नाम आ जाएगा। ओके, थैंक यू वेरी मच एंड दिस सेशन। कल आप सभी हमसे पुनः 12 बजे जुड़े। ओके, थैंक यू वेरी मच।
ओके सर, थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू सर।
Wishing you all the best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Brajesh ji. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you,
sir.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Have a nice day. Bye bye, sir.
हाँ